Hello, everybody. My name is Todd, and it's great to have you here as members of our CINCILINGUA membership program. Welcome. As most of you know, CINCILINGUA is a language institute, and we are located here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Cincinnati, Ohio is located in the Midwestern region area of the United States of America. And again, it's great to have you with us here today. And today, in this lesson video, we are going to discuss some business vocabulary. And we are going to focus especially on vocabulary relating to contracts, business contracts. Okay, and this is part one of our series. And we are going to now look at our first word in this lesson. Actually, I should say first phrase, because a phrase consists of more than one word. And this is a phrase, and that phrase is abide by. Abide by, and it is it functions as a verb. It is a verb, and it means to comply with, or to conform. To conform. Okay, so we have two example sentences in front of us, and the first one reads as follows. For the last 10 years, the owner has abided by a commitment to give the employees a raise at the beginning of each year. For the last 10 years, the owner has abided by a commitment to give the employees a raise at the beginning of each year. So the idea is that the owner has agreed to this commitment, has complied with this commitment, has conformed to the terms of this commitment to give the employees a raise at the beginning of each year. Okay, example 2 reads, everyone involved in the case agreed to abide by the decision the judge made. Everyone involved in the case agreed to abide by the decision the judge made. So everyone involved in the case agreed to comply with, to conform to the decision made by the judge. All right, that's abide by. Our next word here is agreement. Agreement is a noun. The related verb is to agree, But an agreement is a contract. It's a contract. It's a mutual arrangement. It's a mutual arrangement by two or more parties. Okay, a mutual arrangement made by two or more parties. Our first example sentence here. The company and architect were in agreement that the budget for the project needed to be increased to complete the job. The company and architect were in agreement that the budget for the project needed to be increased to complete the job. Okay, so there was no dispute, there was no argument, they were in agreement about this subject. Example 2. According to the agreement, we have 2 weeks to deliver the supplies ordered. According to the agreement, we have 2 weeks to deliver the supplies ordered. So that's like saying according to the contract, according to the mutual arrangement. Okay. Right, so that's agreement. And now we have another noun. That noun is assurance. Assurance. And the meaning of assurance, it refers to confidence. Confidence. It can also have this idea of a guarantee. A guarantee. So our first example here, the painters gave their assurance that the offices would be finished by Friday. The painters gave their assurance that the offices would be finished by Friday. So they gave a guarantee. Okay, they gave a guarantee that the offices would be finished. by Friday. Example 2, his self-assurance that he was the man for the job made it easy for him to complete the project earlier than expected. His self-assurance refers to his self-confidence that he was the man for the job made it easy for him to complete the project earlier than expected. So he had self-confidence, and he was sure. He had self-assurance. Okay. All right. Now we have this another noun, cancellation. Cancellation. And just a quick note here, in American English, cancellation is usually just with one L in there. In British English, it will usually have two L's, a double L. Okay, so we're in the United States of America, so we have the one L here. Okay, but a cancellation is a noun, and it refers to a stopping or an annulment or a cessation of an activity. Okay. Example 1, the cancellation of many flights last month resulted in a huge drop in the airline stock value. The cancellation of many flights last month resulted in a huge drop in the airline stock value. Okay, so the stopping or the cessation of many flights resulted in a drop or a decrease in the stock value. Example 2, you will find the clause about cancellations is at the end of the contract. You will find the clause about cancellations at the end of the contract. Okay, so the cancellations, the part of the contract that talks about the details of cancellations, of stoppings, is at the end. Now we have a verb, determine. Determine. The related noun is determination. Determination. And yeah, so the meaning of the verb that we have here, the meaning of determine, is to influence or to find out with some degree of certainty. Okay, to influence or to find out, to reach a conclusion is the idea. So example sentence number 1, and it says, the investigation is not yet determined if the company is responsible for the explosion. The investigation has not yet determined if the company is responsible for the explosion. The investigation has not yet concluded or has not yet reached a definite conclusion if the company is responsible. Okay. Example 2, how the new law is written will determine if the automotive industry needs to move to the electric-only option. How the new law is written will determine if the automotive industry needs to move to the electric-only option. Okay, it will be what we say the determining factor. The determining factor will be the factor that forces somebody to reach a final conclusion. Okay. So determine. And next we have another verb, engage. Engage is related to the noun engagement. Engagement. Our verb here means to involve or to participate in. So our first example, the manager engaged his staff in an interesting discussion about the upcoming changes in their industry. The manager engaged his staff in an interesting discussion about the upcoming changes in their industry. So he involved his staff in this discussion. Okay. Then example 2, when you engage in a new investment, it is important to study the current market first. When you engage in a new investment, it is important to study the current market first. So it's like saying when you participate in a new investment, when you take part in a new investment, it's important to do your homework. Okay. All right. All right. So we have in this lesson video, we have examined 6 verbs, or I should say 6 words. They're not all verbs, but our first word is a verb. It's abide by, and it means to comply with or to conform to comply with or to conform to agree with. So we have to abide by the rules and regulations of our place of employment, or we will lose our jobs. If we do not abide by the rules, we will be punished or penalized. Agreement was the next word we looked at, and this word is a noun related to the verb agree, but the noun that we have refers to a contract or some kind of a mutual arrangement by 2 or more parties. Okay, a mutual arrangement. Okay, so the politicians reached an agreement at the 11th hour. They finally, at the last minute, reached an agreement that prevented a government shutdown. Okay. Next word is another noun. It is assurance. Assurance refers to confidence, or it can have the meaning of a guarantee, Okay, and that noun is related to the verb assure. Okay. Cancellation. Cancellation is a noun. It refers to a stopping or an annulment, or a cessation would be another synonym here, a cessation. But the related verb here is to cancel. But the flight cancellation really upset our plans. The flight cancellation really upset our plans. Next word is a verb, determine. The related noun, determination. Determination is the noun. The verb means to influence, or to find out. With certainty, to reach a conclusion is the idea, to reach a conclusion. So the investigators are trying to determine who stole the money. The investigators are trying to determine who stole the money. And finally, we have this verb engage, which is related to the noun engagement. But to engage is to involve or to participate. To participate in something is to engage in something. So right now, for example, all of our members who are with me today are engaging in this lesson video on business vocabulary. And I thank you for that as we wrap up our lesson video here. And before I say goodbye, I just want to wish you all a wonderful remainder of your day. And again, I want to thank you for your attention and your attendance. And I am looking forward to having you join us in future videos. So with that, I'm signing off from Cincinnati, Ohio, and I am looking forward to seeing you next time. Thank you again.